Awesome Crochet Creations, and for today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to crochet this cute little ghost keychain. Isn't he adorable? Okay, let's get on with the materials. Okay, so onto the materials. I have Charity DK weight yarn in the color white. So this is 100 grams and this is also 100% acrylic, so I just have this in white. And then I have this thin black yarn, which is crochet number 5, which I have the label here. So it says crochet number 5. It's Ella, and it's 100% acrylic. It's 50-gram ball and recommends a 2mm crochet hook. And yeah, but we'll be using the color black though. So yeah, we have this little. This is to embroider the mouth on. So yeah, we have black for the mouth, and with our yarn we'll be using a 2mm crochet hook just to get our stitches nice and tight. Okay, and then with that we'll be needing also a tapestry needle or darning needle, as well as a pair of scissors, and you'll also be needing some safety eyes. These are, I'm not sure how big these are. I literally just bought them in a big container like this. So I'm not quite sure how big these are. I would say they're about maybe 0.8mm safety eyes or 0.5. I'm not sure. And then I also have the backs to those safety eyes or the plastic washers. And then I also have a hot glue gun here, just to glue the plastic washers in place so that they don't come undone. And we'll also be needing a stitch marker because we'll be working in the round. And also have a keychain here and jump ring to attach to the ghost, obviously to turn it into a keychain. And we have jewellery pliers to help with that. And we'll also be needing some pillow stuffing. We'll also be needing some pillow stuffing to stuff our little ghost. And with that, we'll be using a blunt pair of scissors to push in the stuffing. It just makes it a lot more easier. And yeah, so that is it for the materials. Let's get started with crocheting this ghost. Yeah, so to get started with our ghost, we're just going to take our yarn, and then we are going to form a magic ring. So to do that, let me just zoom in for you. So to make a magic ring, what we'll do is we'll take our yarn. So we'll have the tail end coming from this side of our hand, and so we'll take our yarn, we'll wrap it around our finger once, okay, and then twice. And then on the third time, you're going to cross over to form an X. Okay. And then you'll take your crochet hook, you'll insert under the first 2 loops, and then you'll yarn over and pull through. And then you'll yarn over and do a chain 1 just to secure that in place. Excuse me. And then you can take your magic ring off of your fingers. Okay. So now into this magic ring, we are going to place 6 single crochets. And a single crochet is just insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to do a single crochet. So that's 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, that is 3. 1, 2, 3. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now I have 6 stitches, and the way to count your stitches is like the little V there. I don't know if you can see. It looks like a little V, so you'll count the tops of those V stitches to get your stitch count. Okay, so now to close this magic ring, what you're going to do is you're going to take your tail, you're going to gently pull on it, and then it's going to cinch up one of these tail ends, and it looks like it was the back one. So you're going to pull it towards the bottom left to cinch up that other little tail, or that other little loop that was there. And then to get rid of this big loop, you're going to take your tail end and pull on your tail end like that. Okay, so now we'll be working in a continuous round. That is why we need our stitch marker, so we can mark the beginning of every round. Okay, so now for the next round, and by the end of this first round you'll have 6 stitches. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, we'll be doing an increase into each stitch around, and an increase is just 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So we're going to insert into the first stitch, and I'm going to work over my tail end, so I'm just placing it over my hook next to my work. So again, I'm going to yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through to do a single crochet. And then I'm going to insert my stitch marker into the first stitch. Then again, I'm going to go back into that first stitch and do another single crochet. So now I have 2 single crochets into that stitch. And you'll just repeat that around, placing 2 single crochets into the same stitch all the way around. And your stitch count should have gone up from 6 up to 12 by the end of the second round. Okay, so again, to do a single crochet, it's insert, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this round with you. Okay, so again we should have 12 single crochets by the end of this round, so we can count and double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 where the stitch mark is. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, round 3. We're going to place 1 single crochet to the first stitch and then an increase in the next stitch. Okay, so it's 1 single crochet into the first stitch, sorry. 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then we'll place our stitch marker back. Okay, and then into the next stitch we're going to place 2 single crochets in there. Okay, so that's 1 and 2, and again you're going to place 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then an increase in the next stitch, which is again 2 single crochets into the same space, into the same stitch. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the following stitch. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Oops. And your stitch count should have gone up from 12 to 18 by the end of the third round. Again, it is 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then an increase. 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then an increase. Okay, so now I'm back at the beginning. Okay, and a great way to know if you have increased correctly is all of your increases should line up. I don't know if you can see there, but all of your increases should line up, and you should also end on an increase. Okay, so now moving on to the next round, round 4. We're going to place 1 single crochet into the first 2 stitches. So now it's going up each round by 1. Okay, so 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then an increase in the following. Okay, so that's 2 single crochets into that same stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then an increase into the next. Okay, again it's 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then an increase in the next. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 2, 1, 2, and then an increase, 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then an increase. And I like to yarn under instead of yarning over, because it creates a much more tighter looking stitch. Okay. So I'll show you, so a normal yarn over is like this, where the yarn is over the hook, but I like to yarn under like that. So I like to yarn under like that so that I can get my stitches nice and tight. Okay, and again, moving on to the next stitch, we're going to place an increase into the last stitch. Okay, and your stitch count should have gone up from 18 to 24 by the end of that round. Okay, now moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, and then an increase, 1, 2, 3, and an increase. One, 2, 3, and an increase. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, oops, 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. Coming up to the last 4 stitches, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then an increase into the last stitch. And your stitch count should have gone up from 24 to 30 by the end of this round. Moving on to the next round, actually from round 6 to round 13, we're just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch around with no increasing or no decreasing, just 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Okay, so that's round 6 to round 13. So you're going to do this for a total of, is that 5 rounds? So for a total of 8 rounds. So for a total of 8 rounds, you're just going to place 1 single crochet into each stitch around for the next 8 rounds, or until you have 13 rounds in total. Okay, so you can just continue placing 1 single crochet in each stitch around for the next 8 rounds, and I'll meet back up with you when we are ready to start round 14. Okay, so you can just go off and complete the next 8 rounds, and I'll meet back up with you when we're ready to do the next round. And your stitch count should have stayed the same as 30 stitches. You should not have increased or decreased. You should have kept the same stitch count, which is 30 stitches. Okay, I'll meet back up with you when we're ready to go into round 14. Okay, so now I have made a background after completing round 13. So I'm just going to count my rounds just to make sure I have 13 rounds. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the stitch marker and we're going to slip stitch to the front loop only of the next stitch. So if you look at your stitch, you have a front loop which is nearest to you, and then you have a back loop which is furthest away from you. So we're going to insert our hook into the front loop of the next stitch, because if you remember, like you have this V that creates this stitch, so you're going to insert your needle into, sorry, you're going to insert your hook into the front loop which is nearest to you. Okay, so you're going to put your hook back in, and then you're going to insert your hook through the front loop of that next stitch. You see how I'm coming up from underneath and poking my hook out through the top and catching that first loop. And to do a slip stitch, you're just going to yarn over pull through that stitch, and then pull this loop through that loop to do a slip stitch, and I had done that. Okay, so now that is what it looks like. So now we can just lift up our loop, and then we can now place our safety eyes in place. So I'm just going to heat up my hot glue gun on the side here. So I'm just going to heat that up quickly, and then I just need to see what round I'm placing my stitch markers in. Okay, so we're going to place our stitch markers, sorry, not our stitch markers, our safety eyes. I have no idea where stitch markers came from, but anyway, we are going to insert our safety eyes into round 6 and 7, between round 6 and 7. So we're going to count from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just insert your safety eye somewhere in round 6. I prefer like to have the working side where the slip stitch is towards the back. Yeah, so I'm just gonna actually move my safety eye. I keep wanting to say stitch marker, I don't know why. But anyway, so we're going to place our safety eye a little bit further. Still in round 6, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's in round 6. Let me get this other safety eye, and you're going to place this other safety eye with 6 stitches in between. So we're going to count this stitch. So I'm just going to push out my safety eye just a little bit so that I can expose the stitch directly next to the safety eye. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then place your safety eye in that next stitch. Come on, there you go. Yeah, so that's what it looks like with his little eyes. Really cute. Yeah, so then we're just gonna place our plastic washers on there. So I'm just gonna push this out like that, and then I'm just gonna insert the safety eyes. Okay, making sure it's on tight. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get my glue gun. Okay, so I'm just going to get my glue gun, and I am just going to put some glue here by the safety eyes. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. Let me just erase that there. Well, oops, sorry. Well, I'll put my glue gun aside or away. Okay, so now we can just let our glue to dry for a little bit. It won't take too long. Okay, the one thing I hate about working with a glue gun Sorry about that. The only thing I hate about working with the glue gun is the little strings that like come with the glue gun, like after you finish gluing. It is so annoying. Yeah, so it's like just about dry. Okay, yeah, so it's about dry now. So I'm just gonna turn my little ghost back around to the other side. Okay, so now for round 14, there are two rows to round 14. We're going to be working in the front loops of these stitches. So like we have done already, we have already slip stitched to the front loop of this round. So what we're going to do is we're going to work 5 double crochets into the next stitch. So a double crochet is a yarn over, then we're going to go into this next stitch but into the front loops. So again, a double crochet is yarn over, then we're going to insert into the front loop of the next stitch. So again, coming up from the side and pushing out through the top. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, those middle 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2 again to do a double crochet. Again, it's yarn over, insert into that front loop that we worked into, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops on a hook, then we'll yarn over and pull through those first 2, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So that's 2 double crochets. Again, it's yarn over, insert into that front loop, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So that's 3. Again, it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through those last 2. Okay, and then so that is 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need one more. Yeah, one more. So we're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and then slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So in this next stitch, again through the front loop, we're going to slip stitch. So we're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull this loop through that loop to do your slip stitch. Again into the next stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second loop. And then into the next stitch, we're going to place 5 double crochets into the front loop. So again, it's yarn over, insert through the front loop of that next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into that front loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. Again, it's yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 3. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. One more. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Then again into the next 2 stitches we'll slip stitch. So again it is in through the front loop, yarn over, pull through, and then pull that loop through that loop on your hook. Again into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull that, sorry, not yarn over. Let's do that again. Yeah, so into the front loop of the next stitch, you're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second loop. And then you repeat that process again. So all of these stitches for this round is going to be in the front loops. Okay, so again it is 5 double crochets in the next front loop. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then slip stitch into the next 2 front loops. So that's 1, whoops, 1 and 2. Keep splitting my yarn. Okay, so again it's 5 double crochets into the next stitch, and again all of these stitches are in the front loops only because we need to leave these back loops available to work in later. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, and then 2 slip stitches. Again 5 double crochets into this next stitch, okay, and then slip stitch into the next 2 stitches, and then 5 double crochets into the next stitch, okay, and then 2 slip stitches, and well, a slip stitch in the next 2 stitches, so it's 1, 2, and then 5 double crochets in the next stitch, okay. Now we have 2 stitches left. We're going to place our 5 double crochets into the next stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we will slip stitch. We'll slip stitch into this next stitch, and then we'll slip stitch into this first stitch that we did as well. Okay, so that's what our little cape should be looking like now. Isn't it cute? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our little, I don't know what you call it, these little shell stitches over. So we're gonna flip these over. So now, as you can kind of see, we have these stitches available now to work into because we worked into the front loops. So now we have these stitches to work into. So now what we're going to do is, working in the remaining back loops only, we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So you'll find your first one, which is this one here, which is literally directly in front of your slip stitch, and we're just gonna go straight into it and just do a single crochet in there, and you can insert your stitch marker. Okay, so we're gonna place 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll decrease the next 2 stitches together. So the way we are going to do that is we're going to be doing the invisible decrease. Okay, so we're going to be doing the invisible decrease. So the way we do the invisible decrease is we're going to insert into the back loop there, then we're going to twist our hook, and we're going to hook that second stitch next to that one, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 stitches, and then we'll have our 2 loops on a hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 to do our decrease. So essentially a decrease is just is making 2 stitches into 1, basically. So our stitch count after this round should go from 30 stitches down to 24 by the end of this round. Okay, so again we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll decrease the next 2 stitches together. So I will show that to you. So we will insert a hook into the next stitch, then again we're going to twist our hook and insert our hook into that next stitch, and we're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 stitches. It can be a bit fiddly and a bit tight, but make sure your tension is a little bit loose, so it just makes it a little bit easier to go through those stitches. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 stitches to do to finish off your single crochet. Okay, again we're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and then again a decrease. So again, to decrease, you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, and you're going to twist your hook down and then hook that next stitch like that. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 stitches, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Again, it is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then decrease the next 2. So again, it's insert into the next stitch, twist your hook down, and then grab that second stitch, and then yarn over, pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and then decrease the next 2 stitches together. So again, it's insert, twist your hook down, and then grab that second stitch, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Oopsie daisy. Let's try that again. Insert, twist your hook down, grab that second stitch, and then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Okay, and now we're coming up to the last few stitches. So again, it's 1 single crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll decrease the last 2 stitches together. Okay, so it's insert and then twist your hook down and then grab that stitch, and then pull that through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so that's what our little ghost is looking like. Isn't it cute? Okay, so now moving on to the next round, we can remove our stitch marker. Okay. Okay, so we can remove our stitch marker, and then we'll insert our hook back into that first stitch we made, and then we'll place the single crochet into there. So that's 1 single crochet. Then we're going to place another single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so now for this round we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a decrease. And your stitch count should have gone down from the previous round, should have gone down from 30 down to 24. So now for this round, we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches and then a decrease. So again, we're going to insert our hook into the front loops of the next stitch, and then twist your hook down, and then grab the front loop of that next stitch, and then yarn over, pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then over these next 2 stitches you're going to insert your hook through the front loop of that next stitch, then you're going to twist your hook down and insert your hook through the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops on your hook. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, and then a decrease. Again, insert your hook through the front loop of that next stitch, twist your hook down, and and grab grab the front loop of the second stitch, and then yarn over, pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then decrease the next 2 stitches. So again, insert through the front loop, twist your hook down, grab the second front loop, and then yarn over, pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Again, 1 single crochet in the next 2, 1, 2, and then decrease the next 2 stitches together. Insert your hook into the front loop of the next stitch, twist your hook down, grab the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Now we have 4 stitches left, so we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we'll decrease the last stitch. Insert your hook through the front loop of the next stitch and through the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2. There we go. And a stitch count should have gone down from 24 down to 18. Okay, moving on to the next round, we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first stitch, place our stitch marker back, and then decrease the next stitch. Okay, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then decrease the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then decrease the next stitch. Sorry, the next 2 stitches. So then we do a decrease, and then 1 single crochet, and then a decrease, and then a 1 single crochet, and then a decrease, and then a 1 single crochet, and then a decrease over the last 2 stitches. Okay, so now by the end of that round, your stitch count should have gone down from 18 down to 12. Okay, so now we can stuff our ghost. So I'm just going to zoom out for this little bit here. So you're going to take your stuffing. So you're going to take your stuffing and your blunt pair of scissors, and you are going to stuff your ghost. So I'm just going to place my stuffing on top, and I'm just going to push down into the hole that we have left. Okay. So we'll need a little bit more. Break some of that off. Okay, so you just gotta stuff them until you are happy with how he's stuffed. Okay, I feel like a little bit more can still go inside, so I'm just going to push some more in. I feel like I could still get some more. So you can also twist your work and push the stuffing in. Sorry. So you can get into like every like nook and cranny with the stuffing. Okay, there we go. I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we can remove our little scissors from the picture now. Okay, so now this is where it can be, this is where it can be a little bit fiddly, but now we are going to do our last round. So what I like to do is I like to just push my finger down into the stuffing, so I make sure that I don't grab any of the stitches. So now what we're going to do is we're going to decrease in each stitch around. So we're going to insert into the next stitch, the front loop of the next stitch, and the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 stitches, and then yarn over and pull through 2. I don't like how big I've left that loop. Okay, like that, and then place your stitch marker back. Okay, and then decrease around. So it can be a little bit challenging, but I found sticking your finger in, pushing the stuffing down really does help, and resting your ghost on the table really helps with getting in these last few stitches. So as I said, we're just going to be decreasing around, and our stitch count should go down from 12 back down to 6. So basically what we started with the magic ring. Okay, so now I'm just doing the last stitch. Okay, and then we can remove our stitch marker, then we can slip stitch to the beginning of this first stitch. Okay, and then we can grab our scissors. We can leave a little bit of a tail, we don't need too much. You just need to sew in our tail end. Okay, and then we can pull that up. Okay, so that's what our little ghost is looking like. So now we can just take our darning needle now. Okay. And then we can just sew this hole closed now. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert our needle through the front loops of each stitch around. Okay, so then you're going to the next stitch, insert through the front loop, pull through, insert into the next 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 stitch front loop, insert your needle through the next front loop, pull through, and then in through this last one. Okay, and then we're just going to pull on our tail end, and it's going to cinch up the bottom, and then I like to just insert my needle through the center of those stitches and then come out somewhere else on the ghost, and I like to just pull on my tail end a bit so that it sits flat, on the base. Okay, so you just repeat that. Now we're just going to sew in our tail end. So you're going to insert your needle through the stitch you came out of, and out somewhere else on the ghost. Insert your needle into the stitch that you came out of and out somewhere else on the ghost. Insert your needle into the stitch that you came out of and out somewhere else on the ghost. Insert your needle into the stitch you came out of and out somewhere else on the ghost. Insert your needle into the stitch you came out of and then out somewhere else on the ghost. Insert your needle into the same stitch you came out of and then come out somewhere else on the ghost. So you just need to do that a few times just to secure your tail end in place. Okay, and then you can take your scissors and then you can snip off your yarn. Okay, and there is our little ghost. Now the only thing we need to do is just add a little face. So you can get some of your black yarn, you don't need that much. So this is just the length that I've cut for myself. And then you're going to take your darning needle once again. And then I'm just going to insert my needle through a stitch on the ghost and then come out like about there. Okay, so I'm just going to leave a little bit of a tail. Sorry, you bumped the camera. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches and then come out in the middle like that. So I've gone over 4 stitches and then I'm coming down and then I'm coming out of the second stitch down but 1 row down, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now it looks like that, and then I'm just going to grab this thread here or this strand and then pull through and then insert my needle back into the stitch it came out of and then come out through there. Okay, so then that anchors our little smile in place. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I'm so sorry if the instructions weren't clear. So you come out of this stitch here, which is like 1 stitch away from the eye, and then you sew over 4 stitches, or you insert your needle into the 4th stitch from the side, and then you come out 1 row below but in the center of these 4 stitches. So you would come over 1 stitch diagonally and then you'll catch this in place. So I'm so sorry if the instructions weren't clear. So yeah, I think I actually left a long enough tail, so I'm just going to trim that excess. And then what I like to do is I like to just knot this a few times. So I just like to tie this in a knot. Okay, so I just like to tie this in a knot just a few times. Okay, and then I like to just trim this a little bit shorter, not too much shorter, like that much shorter. So I'm so sorry if I did that off camera. I didn't notice if I did that off camera, but basically I just tied a few knots. I just knotted the 2 little strands at the back. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our crochet hook and, well, I need to actually insert my crochet hook a little bit closer because, yeah, my shaft of my crochet hook is not very long. And then I'm just going to hook my strands of my yarn around my hook, and then I'm just going to pull it through, and then I'm just going to tuck those tail ends into the body of the ghost. Okay, so there is our little ghost. Now the only thing that's left that we need to do is just to add the little keychain. Yeah, so you just want to grab your keychain, which mine is over here, and your jump ring and your set of jewelry pliers. So now what you'd want to do is you want to take your jump ring and your jewelry pliers, and then you just want to insert this jump ring. So I like to insert this jump ring into the one side of the magic ring and then out through the other side. So like that. I think I'm going to go over one stitch, come out this side. I think. No. Okay, I liked it where it was actually. Okay. So I'm just gonna so the jump ring is literally between this like middle round here, if that makes any sense. And then we're gonna take our keychain and insert that onto the one side of the jump ring, and then you're gonna take your jewelry pliers, and then you're just gonna close up the jump ring like that. And then there's a little ghost keychain. Isn't he adorable? Okay, that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching how to crochet this cute little ghost keychain. I hope you managed to follow along, and yeah, I really hope you managed to crochet yourself a little ghost keychain. Isn't he cute? This is actually for an order, and I actually decided to do a tutorial on how to make this little ghost. So yeah, this is great for obviously Halloween. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, please check out my other keychain tutorials. There is my mini bee keychain, my large bee keychain, my avocado, my evil eye, my frog, my sunflower, my ladybug, and what else? I feel like I'm missing something. Strawberry, my strawberry keychain. So yeah, those are the keychains that I have done so far, which I have a tutorial for on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I do plan on doing a lot more tutorials for my keychains that I have made so far, like my elephant keychain, my giraffe keychain, my worry pet keychain, and a jellyfish keychain. So yeah, these are all keychains that I plan on doing a tutorial for. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and if you haven't already, please click the notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload new content to my YouTube channel. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, happy crocheting, guys. Bye. Say goodbye. Bye, guys.